Welcome to the Hendo Audio Public Art Tour. This episode features the Get Outside Mural, which is on the back wall of SafeNest Storage at 137 Sugarloaf Road. The mural can be seen from the exit 49A off-ramp on Interstate 26, where it intersects with U.S. Highway 64. To get a close-up view of it, the storage company will grant access to the mural through their front office during normal business hours, according to the artist who painted it. The artist is Andrea Martin, an interior designer, artist, and muralist based here in Hendersonville. Andrea is a native of Henderson County and owns Meliora Cabinetry in downtown Hendersonville. She has painted murals all over the Southeastern United States, and, of course, several of those are right here in Henderson County. 3 of them are featured on this audio tour, including this one, the Get Outside Mural, plus the Veterans Mural and the Butterfly and Mountains Mural. Andrea started painting murals when she was moved to honor local Henderson County veterans. She volunteered her time and resources to do that first mural. After that, she found other places in the city that she felt needed artwork to improve the area or inspire others. She conceived the idea for the Get Outside mural in an effort to cover up an eyesore that greeted visitors to Hendersonville at the I-26 exchange. The building was a former discount clothing store that had long since closed up. Ugly graffiti littered the huge wall facing the busy Cloverleaf, and she was bothered by the fact that that would be the first impression of her hometown by tourists when they arrived. She took the initiative to approach the new owners of the building, and they happily agreed to give her the huge wall as a canvas. She tells us more about her motivation for that, and then we'll describe all the elements of the mural, which features 10 different natural attractions in the local Blue Ridge Mountains.
I saw the graffiti and I saw what happened to this building after the World of Clothing closed. So they had, obviously, there were some really bad things on this building. I told my son, I was like, oh, look, there's space shuttles everywhere. And he was like, no, that's not space shuttles. Again, I saw this and I'm like, man, this is what people see when they come into Hendersonville. It's 500 feet by 20 feet. It's literally 20 feet off the interstate, a very busy interstate. And I don't want them to think this is what Hendersonville is. And so again, I contacted the owners and I was like, hey, I don't know, what your plans are, because I knew it had just recently been sold. I would love the opportunity to present something to go on your wall and paint your wall to make it look better for coming into downtown Hendersonville. And they called me back, which shocked me. And they said, we would love to talk with you more. We did multiple Zoom calls at SafeNest out of Charlotte. I had some ideas. They had some ideas. What they really wanted was a mountain scene, just something simple and soothing, and which I love. I love the mountains. I got the commission and we decided to do 10 different local mountain scenes to encourage people to go up to the mural and pick a place to go for a hike or go for a visit. Each scene in this mural is 10 different locations where I would love for families to get outside, because this is the perfect area for that. Some of the areas are easy to hike. Some of them are a little bit more challenging. Some of them are, no hike. You just pull up in the parking lot and you go. One of my favorite ones for young families is the Pink Beds. It's on the far right. It's located in Pisgah Forest. Flat trails, paved trails. You can still see a lot. If you go in that area, there's just so many little cabins and cute things to explore for families. The next one is the Graveyard Fields Upper Falls. Graveyard Fields is called Graveyard Fields because a huge windstorm came through in the 1900s, and it was covered in these huge trees, and it blew the trees over. It was just flattened. The big roots and stump systems, they came and they look like gravestones. That's why it's called Graveyard Fields. And the trees didn't grow back. Some did, but not a lot. And so it's basically like this beautiful field, and it's got wooden walkways that go through it. And it is stunning, especially in the fall. I don't know what it is about that valley, but the leaves are just rich and red, and it's the most stunning view in the fall that I've seen in this area year after year after year. The next one is Mount Mitchell, which is the tallest peak in the area. and super easy to get to. You're probably not going to have a view because every time I've ever been there, it's above the clouds. So I'm just looking down at the clouds, but it's a phenomenal place and very easily accessible. My favorite place in the area is Max Patch. Max Patch has 360-degree views on a bald at the top of a mountain. You can go the steep way, which is a few hundred feet, very easy, or you can go the long way, which is maybe a quarter of a mile, easier trek, and just go up there and see. It's almost like you're in The Sound of Music. Just twirl around a little bit with a flower field. It does connect to the Appalachian Trail very quickly, and I've hopped on the Appalachian Trail right there. It's very easily accessible. The next mural is Chimney Rock State Park, which is the Chimney Rock near Lake Lure. It's stunning views, and it has that big American flag flying on the top, which I love. And the next one is Pisgah Mountain, which is obviously in the Pisgah National Forest. An interesting fact about Pisgah National Forest to me is that it was part of the Biltmore Estate. The history behind Pisgah National Forest is just so intriguing to me. And on the far left side of this Pisgah Mountain, you'll see Sliding Rock, which I grew up going down as a child. Frozen water, it's going to take your breath. Back then, we didn't have lifeguards there. You just went down and hoped you made it. And while you're going down, if you stay to the right, it's super shallow. If you go to the left, you're going to go under because it's so deep and you've got so much momentum. And there's a split second where you think you're dead because you're so cold and you can't breathe. But then you pop up and you swim over. The next spot is again in Pisgah National Forest. It's called Looking Glass Rock. It is just this huge, beautiful rock that you can see from the parkway. You can hike to it if you want to. It's quite a hike. Or you can sit on the bank of the Blue Ridge Parkway and have a picnic and just overlook it because it's in a valley. The next one is Grandfather Mountain State Park, which has the mile-high swinging bridge. It's high, it's beautiful. There's a zoo there. It's just a great little spot. The next place is Cold Mountain. Cold Mountain is where the movie is based off with Nicole Kidman. It's called Cold Mountain because it's so cold and desolate. There's not a lot out there. There's not a lot of growth. The next spot is Craggy Gardens. I love Craggy Gardens because it's a lot of flowering fields and rhododendrons and laurels. It's just this little sweet spot of all of this floral activity. And again, it's located in Pisgah National Forest. The last one is Water Rock Knob. There was a plane crash there in 1983, a Cessna. That plane has been there since I was 7. And I've always known to go hike the plane crash and go see the views. And it's just been amazing. So when I think of Water Rock Knob, I think of the plane crash. So I'm painting this plane in June of 2023 on this 500-foot mural. And I get home and I turn on the news and they're like, oh, we got a helicopter. We pulled the plane out. And I was like, what? Like I just painted this on the wall. And so I decided to leave it because to me, Water Rock Knob is hiking to the plane crash because it's been that way for 40 years. And so that's why there's a plane there, because of the plane crash that you can go explore.
We hope you have enjoyed seeing and hearing about the Get Outside Mural. Thanks to Andrea Martin for her hard work in creating it. If you would like to know more about the mural and Andrea's work, visit dotellpodcast.com and look for the episode featuring her. Thanks so much to our sponsor, the Henderson County Tourism Development Authority, based in Hendersonville, North Carolina. For more info, check out their website at visithendersonvillenc.org. Thanks also to the nonprofit STEAP Incorporated, STEAP, which stands for Storytelling, Education, and Arts Programs. Learn more about STEAP at steep.net. Thanks for venturing on the Hendersonville Audio Public Art Tour. We hope you enjoyed it. Please like, follow, and subscribe, and tell all your friends and family about it.